Hello, welcome to Soulprint Intuitive Tarot. This is going to be for February 17th. I hope you all had a moment on Valentine's Day to just be grateful for the things that you love, and I hope you were on that list. Okay, so I want to do a tarot reading today. For some reason, I keep getting drawn back to Kevin McCarthy, and I just feel like there's some information out there that I haven't accessed yet, or some clarity that I haven't gotten about kind of his role in this and how that's going to unfold for him. So he's who I'm going to focus on today. Um, I want to just see if we can get some more clarity. I am being told that, no one should be particularly overly concerned about the flying objects. Um, it's more spycraft, it's kind of weather stuff. It's like nothing to be particularly worried or concerned about. The governments, trust me, have this under control. Just because we don't know everything, it doesn't mean that things aren't being taken care of. All right, let's focus in on Kevin McCarthy, shall we? I'm just going to move this back a little bit, create some space for me. All right. Insight, trajectory, Kevin McCarthy. Insight, trajectory, Kevin McCarthy. Insight, trajectory, Kevin McCarthy. Okay, let's just start here, okay? So we're starting off with the Nine of Pentacles followed by the Hierophant, all right? So he is really impressed with himself. He sees this speakership as sort of the pinnacle, if you will, or if not the pinnacle, the next really good political leaping stone or step. He would be wrong, but he's always sort of had this like fantasy or this dream of kind of being considered one of the top of the top. And I mean, whether we like it or not, I guess he would be considered what, one of the top five people in the country in terms of power, maybe six people. So again, incredibly, this has been the culmination of a ambition that he's had for quite a while. So what he did was he went into it absolutely recklessly. He just promised everybody anything, whatever they wanted. He said yes, because for him, the only thing that was actually important was getting the gavel in his hand. He's one of these people, and this is kind of a funny analogy, but it's what comes to mind. It reminds me of one of those people who spend all their time focusing on the wedding, on getting married, and never actually give any serious consideration to how you make a marriage work. Okay, so for him, it was about that single event. It was about him being handed the gavel. It was about him sitting behind the president at the State of the Union. Okay, it was not about. He didn't really have any clarity, about how he was planning on governing or handling it or dealing with all of the promises he made. In part, because he's a politician, and so he makes promises the way, I don't know, the rest of us drink water, right? I mean, he just makes them, right? Doesn't really think about it. Um, and so for him, as he was making a lot of those promises, he actually wasn't planning on honoring them. Because why would he? He's a politician. He can lie and get away with it. My God, Trump built an entire career on it, right? But he gave too much away. And that ultimately is going to be his downfall. He's going to find out that his dream finds the tower. Okay, so he's going to be brought down. What he's going to discover is that he actually doesn't have a way to balance or keep things in control or balanced. Certainly, if he hadn't figured that out, he probably should have at the State of the Union, where he had bloody hecklers going on. And this is the thing. There's sort of this. I don't know who. I saw somebody say something about, and it was a Republican who said something to the effect of, "Well, I didn't think the heckling was appropriate at the State of the Union, but I fear it's going to be the new normal." Well, it doesn't need to be the new normal, but you can allow it to become the new normal, and he has no control. And honestly, he doesn't know how he's going to get any control either, because he really is in a place of trying to corral or harness some of the bickering, but worse, trying to make sure that there are no knives and daggers flying into his back. So he is walking an incredibly narrow, high wire, right? I mean, he really can't misstep. And he's very aware of the fact that he is holding that majority by such a thread. He can't really afford to lose people. And the writing's on the wall, right? He recognizes that George Santos is rocky at best. He realizes that there are a few members of the House who may very well be under investigation, potentially be charged with crimes. And so, in a lot of ways, he's paralyzed, right? He's absolutely paralyzed with fear because he realizes that he made a bad partnership. He realizes that he made promises to people that he should not have made promises to, but he was so greedy and so desperate. This is where it took him. And so, where is he now? He actually is very aware of the fact that he may well need to walk away from the one thing that he dreamed about. And he won't do it willingly, he'll be shoved out of the way. But what's going to happen is there's just going to be sort of out of control emotions raging all over the place. And it very much feels as if he's not going to be able to control this. Not only that, but it looks like Trump is going to start going after him. I don't know. I don't pay that much attention, so I'm actually not sure if he has started. But if he has not, he will. Okay. Trump is going to see Kevin McCarthy as weak because Kevin McCarthy can't accomplish or won't facilitate some of the things that Trump really wants, like investigations and leniencies and that kind of thing. And as more and more comes out, as more becomes exposed about Trump, about the insurrection, about Mar-a-Lago, about Georgia, about, um, McCarthy is not going to have any sort of power to control that. And Trump is going to be really, really cranky about it. Make no mistake, McCarthy is already trying to figure out where he goes from here because he, in fact, has some clarity, if you will, about the fact that his days may very, very well be numbered. This is the thing to realize. You have the Queen of Wands, of Swords here. And so this is talking about the investigations and the investigations that are happening particularly around our greedy King Trump. What he realizes is that as things start becoming more and more public, right, as more and more light is shone on those investigations, on what's going on, indictments, etc., there's going to be a realization that there are a lot of members of the House who are trying very quietly to back away from Trump, the very person that they once laid down in front of. So he's not going to necessarily be able to keep these elements under control, right? Because he has the mega freaks who, are really about destroying the government. Kevin McCarthy is not about destroying the government. Kevin McCarthy is about getting everything that he can get as quietly and as sneakily as he can get it. I don't know if sneakily is actually a word, but it applies. Um, he is about that. And he absolutely knows he made a deal with the devil, but that was a deal he was prepared to make because he wanted that power. He wanted to be seen as the speaker. Okay? Unfortunately, there's some serious judgment going on here. Okay? And that judgment is not going to reflect well for him. In fact, he is going to find himself in a space and a place where he is continually on the defense. So, let's ask my pendulum a couple of questions here, shall we? So, my first question is pendulum. Okay, so side to side, it's ready to talk. Whoop, sorry, hold on. Okay. Um, okay, so pendulum. Is Kevin McCarthy going to face multiple challenges to his leadership? Okay, so yes. Is he actually going to still be Speaker of the House? Where are we now? We're in February. So let's look at September. He's still going to be Speaker of the House in September. That's a no. Next question, though, is are the Republicans still going to hold the majority House in September? Okay, so for right now, it looks like they're going to somehow, by hook or by crook, manage to hold on to it. Interesting. Thank you very much. What I'm being told is that the next speaker is actually, believe it or not, going to be a little bit more mainstream, more center, or at least have some degree of a spine than McCarthy. Because the trajectory that you have to understand is that as over the next year, Trump is going to continue to absolutely bleed support until he truly is only left with really kind of the extreme of the extremes. And so what that's going to do is it's going to allow even the right of the right, and certainly the center of the right, they're going to be able to start shifting and moving away from him. And it's not, how can I say this? It's not like they even want to necessarily get back to what was, but they want to be part of the new what will become. Okay. Is Donald Trump going to be indicted? Is Donald Trump going to be indicted within the next 3 months on any charge from any investigation? Yes. Is there going to be a charge, an indictment brought against Trump and other people as a result of the Georgia investigation? Yes. Okay. So does Trump end up getting indicted pertaining to Georgia? Yes. I am recording this a couple of days early, so if towards the end of this week he gets indicted, You'll understand why I'm asking the question in a future tense. By the time the next election rolls around, are the Republicans still going to be holding the majority in the House? Okay, so no. So let me just clarify. Are the Democrats going to be the majority in the House in the lead up to the 2024 election? Yes, they are. Is this ultimately going to end up giving Biden the leverage he needs to get more stuff done heading into that election? Yeah. So he's going to be able to continue to push. So what they're saying is, yes, there's going to be bipartisan stuff done, but there is also going to be stuff that the Dems are going to be able to do as a result of the goings on in the House and an increase in terms of becoming the majority. Okay. Is Hakeem Jeffries going to make a strong Speaker of the House? Yes, he is. And will he be able to hold the party together as a leader? So listen, if there's one thing that he must have learned on the knee of Pelosi is how to control a party and how to keep everybody in line when they need to be kept in line. All right, so I'm just going to do a quick 3 cards because I would like to see if McCarthy himself ends up in any sort of legal trouble. I don't know why I'm asking that. Is McCarthy in legal jeopardy? Is McCarthy in legal jeopardy? Is McCarthy in legal jeopardy? Seven of Swords, 4 of Swords, Ace of Wands. Yeah, he is, but I don't know for what. It doesn't feel like it has anything to do with the insurrection. It feels like it has more to do with documents, paperwork, maybe some sort of when they like buy a bunch of stocks because of insider information. I'm not accusing him of that. I'm just saying it has something to do with paperwork or communications, it looks like. But there's definitely a real significant change in fortune coming his way simply because he sold his soul to get the gavel. And when you do that, the universe sort of has this mysterious way of attempting to restore balance where balance needs to be. Okay, so get the weekend. Have a good one. For those of us in North America, we are switching to daylight savings time this Sunday, I believe. Hold on, let me just double check that. No, I'm lying. Sorry, it's already in March. um, Speaking of which, I am booking middle to end of March right now for private readings. I am kicking back into gear. I've got a little bit more time off that I'm taking at the beginning of next week, but after that, I'm sort of expecting to be back on track. So if you are looking for any information with regards to a private reading in the drop box below, send me an email and I will get the information you need. Anyways, as I was saying, listen, have a great weekend. Um, just take some time, be kind to yourself, be gentle, find something to laugh at, and just take good care. Just take really good care. I will see you soon. Bye for now.